So we open with a luxury party for Kelly's dog. Do you want this kind of birthday party, Bronx? I've never given you a party. Well, every time you go to the dog park, it's a party. So we got Britt here. Oh, Britt's mom is moving in. Oh, and she got on the good foot with one of her sisters. Oh, so you got married, sold your company, and your sisters had nowhere else to work. I see why you threw him under the bus for your man. That's family. But Cynthia's having a Bailey Q with the prophet, and all the heifers are coming. And I'll say the psychics on Atlanta are always right. Over with Portia, we have Miss Diana and Pilar. Oh, and PJ's getting a dog. She don't seem that excited, though. I would have been jumping up and down, freaking out. I remember when I got a bird, I was over the moon. I named him JC after Johnny Cochran. It was during the OJ trial. That is the most 90s bird name ever. Oh, God. So Portia's still whining Dennis film with Drew because you can't actually talk about the con artist you married. That's what we want to hear about. I want to hear about how you were able to get your nether regions moist for Florida Evans. That's what I want to know. Because Simon Guobadia is just as fictional as Florida Evans. But I want to know how you looked at that and said, okay, I'm going to toot it. Just like Cordelia. Just like Cordelia. Oh, God, just choose me and Pilar right now. Maybe you should marry a man if you want him to choose you and your child, because he ain't got no allegiance to you. Pilar, yes, you know, you are the ex. You are the baby mama. You are insignificant. And he showed you that the entire relationship. Oh, girl, so now you gonna try to make this about Netta and Charles and not Charles Oakley? Is that what you trying to do? Because that don't make no sense. You trying to say you was talking about Netta? Also, Netta and Charles are such in the cultural zeitgeist. They're on the Housewives. Child, I'm happy for them. Let them get their check. Are they still together? I ain't got no man saying none of my business. Now you saying I didn't call her Big Bird. You sleeping with Charles Oakley is the issue. Ain't nobody worrying about Big Bird. We're getting another Mission Impossible from Super Coot Tom Cruise. I want to see Mission Impossible coming out. That's what I want to see. Phaedra's doing a Cheez-Its commercial. I don't know why they reward liars. I'm tired of these old heifers asking, can these men afford our lifestyles? Girl, it is 2025 in this economy. Can you afford your lifestyle? Please. And y'all act like you're some prizes to be won. You need to be paying for the dick and being grateful to do it. Good enough for the gander, good enough for the goose. Oh, God, Shamia. What the hell, Lord? You are a beautiful woman, but like Giselle, you cannot dress. And your dress, it's so candy coated. This is so Candy Burris. I see why y'all are friends. You pick out the same style, same hair. It's just so, this is very, just looking a little too hot for me. It's sneaker night. It is, this is so 2000 and late. I think you're a lovely woman. I really do. I like you on this show. But girl, these outfits. And you have body. Ain't no reason for you to come out looking, Lord, what is this? Blue cow stunning? And then these boots. Oh, God. Did you borrow this from Candy? I know you got money, but it's like you borrowed it from Candy. So she's interviewing surrogates. Over with Angela. She's working out with her husband and fills her husband in on Portia's intentions. Charles said, I wouldn't invite nobody to somebody else's birthday weekend because Charles got some sense. So now Dennis, the one that you so mad at, is filming confessionals with you. Oh, Portia. See, we would have loved to see you get along with Dennis before that spinoff you had. This is what we wanted to see before you married Florida Evans, because you don't know who you married. You don't even know which wife number you were. So Portia wants an au pair living with her. I don't know how that's gonna work. Portia seemed like she hid your passport. Portia says, somebody got to raise this baby. I got to get back out in the streets. Damn, you got to film this in your mama house. You can't even go to your own home. Why are you still in there? All the fraud, I'd be out. I would be afraid of being disengorged of ill-gotten gains. So you gonna say, even though I could start World War III, the end goal's Pilar, so I'm gonna let it go? You're letting it go because there was never anything there to begin with. Hell, you probably told him to film with Drew. So he said, Drew ain't signed to me no more, so there ain't nothing else to talk about. Boom, plot line over. Oh my God. Remember on PopRoast when I said the WNBA needs some good shoes? Is it Aja? AJA. That's Aja. Aja Naomi King. I just wanted to make sure. The shoe is cute. The shoe is cute. And the commercial is divinely black. That is why TikTok is so important. Because sometimes you need a video about dogs' vaginitis. So Brit's with her sister packing up her mom's house, reminiscing about her father, and oh, that has to be tough. I'm so grateful my parents are here. Oh, Malia Obama helped with the commercial. She's a director, I believe. I know that she was working, I think she worked on, what was that, Euphoria? I'm not 100% sure, but I know she was working on something big. Oh, God. Hearing her father didn't make it a year in that house really makes me want to hurry up and buy. I wanted a year in mine. Damn it, I don't want to get a house and drop dead. Britt, if you want your mama to keep the house, why don't you just pay for it with your money? I really feel bad for Britt. Her family is going through. But we are over with Cynthia now at Lake Bailey. Is that Lake Lanier? She wouldn't buy a house on Lake Lanier. She's a smart woman. Oh, God. Britt's got a shapewear and lounge line. We've done She by Sheree, and this is going to be She by Sheen. We all know, Britt. And no, go back to insurance. The prophet tells Angela her and her husband need a vacation. He's getting comfortable. We in our 50s, we supposed to be comfortable. We telling Shamia 2025 is her money-making year. Seems like Shamia been had some money-making years. Lord, Cynthia put Angela by Portia. I don't know how that's gonna go. The prophet said when it's all said and done, Portia and Florida can be friends. I don't think so. Are her and Cordelia friends? Now, I'll give Portia this. She want to tell lies in front of Drew does want to tell lies in front of everybody and keep that truth private. So Angela tells Kelly she's in need of a good vibe and Britt got to pop up. You receive what you give. Nobody was talking to you or your adenoids. Lord, but then it sounds like you need to use your mouth more often. Well, you got stretch marks around your mouth, Britt. You got miles on your mouth. That's not a read. You're married to an NBA player. Like, we're all grown women. Oh, now she's a whore. See, that's not a read. Oh my goodness. She had sex film at 11. Didn't you? That's like you took a shit. Ooh, you went to the bathroom. If you ain't getting on, who wants to be Kenya? Drew said, I ain't getting in this. Is it Drew's last season? Because she ain't given much, and I wouldn't mind if she, went back to acting and found other success. Like, don't have your career hinge on Housewife. Pull a Garcelle. Your husband hasn't acknowledged he's been married to you for the past 10 years. He's on the show with her and they live together. I need your reads to make sense. And Shamia, are the kente cloth and the gold necklaces from the same culture? Because I'm seeing the whole continent. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Then you got a fez from the middle. Oh God. I like Drew's confessional. They finally brought up that baby. Okay, so Cynthia's like, look, I did not have to. Cynthia's like, look, I didn't have you here to argue. I had us here to celebrate. So let's do some Juneteenth trivia. Now, you see, Ebony, this is when Black history facts are appropriate. Not at a dinner. We don't need pamphlets at a dinner in Harlem. Chris and I went to dinner in Harlem many a time. Nary a pamphlet was ever needed. Oh, we got a flashback to Portia and her Underground Railroad. Somebody's driving the train. And it was funny. It was funny. Because the truth is, we all thought that when we learned about the 5th grade. We were all like, oh, okay. Especially with subways. I just thought it was a subway. You know, my mind has grown since 5th grade. Some people's haven't. But still, I can laugh at childlike ignorance. Barbecue sauce in a pitcher is one of the most divinely, beautifully Black things I have ever seen. Is using a mini crock pot as a crab leg warmer, is that also divinely Black? Let me know, because I used to do that in New York, and now that they've got crab legs here, I'm getting one. Also, get an electric gravy boat for your nacho cheese. Ain't no sense in letting it get cold. Electric gravy boat, it's perfect, because you can still dip. Oh, Cynthia gonna take Angela and Portia in a private room. This is interesting how I love how they're using Cynthia. I love how Cynthia is a friend of the show, but still something of the matriarch. Maybe we could have kept Cynthia over Kenya. And also, Cynthia said she still hasn't spoken to Kenya. Her phone line hasn't changed, but she said, I'm not going to change my integrity for somebody else. And I appreciate that. That's just not how you treat people. Yes, it's a reality show, but it's too far. An elite friend of the show. Miss Parker said Cynthia is an elite friend of the show. That's very true. Portia still can't apologize. It was a stupid comment. I shouldn't have made it. Or maybe I should have. I was kikiing with my friends. That's not how you kiki. Plotting on somebody's marriage. So they both apologize and get on the good foot. Good job, Cynthia. But now Angela and Shamia try to hash it out. And Angela's like, I thought you were going to be on my side as a married woman, because your husband could be next. But Shamia says it ain't my fight. Cowardly. All right, well, that was the shit. That was a good episode. Well, I'm going to see you soon for the Gilded Age. So let's check out the after show. This was actually a good, fun episode. Maybe now that we've gotten gotten through the Brit and Kenya of it all, we can get down to the actual show and the people that are on it. So we start with what happened at the pool. So everybody was having fun. Then they started talking shit. And so again, Portia, this is deflecting from you answering the question, why did you steal that woman's husband? For a catch and release program at that.
If you weren't invited to the moment, you shouldn't have peeked through the window.
Girl, she was on the trip. She was invited. You called her name. She heard someone speaking about her. My ear's gonna prick up too, as would yours. I'm with Angela. Their brain cells took a vacation, and I can't believe it. I'm with Drew. They forgot your window was right there, and you could hear, and they were being loud. That's happened to me. So Shamia says it was odd that I had never met Angela after all these years. I've known Charles, but never known his wife. So that's where the non-acknowledgement rumor came from. Shamia said she thinks Angela couldn't dress that well. Shamia thinks Angela can't dress. That's Shamia's problem right there. That's Shamia's problem. Angela got style. She has age-appropriate style. That's what you think, because you still think you got to have, your ass on display. So when you're tipsy, you sleep with people's husbands. So do you have an alcohol problem? Were you drunk through that whole last marriage? Were you drunk while you were stealing that woman's husband? Is that what it is? Because you can't even remember what went on. That's scary at this age. Don't end up like Karen Huger. So now they gonna make fun of her red pajamas. She ain't dressing sexy for you. She's on a girl's trip. She gets to be comfortable. Now, Angela, you're upset that none of the ladies checked Portia for her comment, but did y'all check Kenya for her actions? Kelly said, well, you know, Shamia, you need to learn how to stay out of it, and P needs to stop trying to fuck, and P needs to stop fucking people's husbands. And there you have it, Kelly with some common sense. I like Kelly. I think Kelly's the best dressed on the cast. There's doggy champagne. I'll get Bronx some doggy champagne. There are massages for the dogs. We ain't just petting their ass. I think we just petting their ass. I think that's just called a thorough petting. These are dogs. They don't get knots in their muscles. Maybe they do. He's got little tiny muscles. Feels like chicken meat. Oh, Shamia said, I'm going to rent a dog to come to your party. I know one. Oh, wait, no, they call her Big Bird. I'll have to catch the next one. Shade. This is why we watch, for the fun shade. Oh my God, somebody stole her dog? That terrifies me. So Kelly says the prophet knew things about her that you couldn't Google. And Drew said, well, I was the first in the group to have a prophet. And you were. And you were. And Portia does have a Delilah spirit. I'm not mad that Drew said I'm not getting my reading in front of everybody. These heifers will use it against you in the court of public opinion. Now let's get to Angela's stretch marks on the mouth read, which I feel was trifling. The read did crack Britt's face. Trifling, but it did crack her face. You gotta always have a comeback with these heifers because you never know what's bubbling and brooding. Now, Angela, how you gonna say you probably want a Charles horse? Because then that's your husband just caught the stray, but you let him cheat in peace. You suck your teeth, but you let him cheat in peace. So Angela says she got on the good foot with Portia at the Bailey Q for Cynthia, and Cynthia has a point. Sometimes people say dumb shit, and you can't cut people off mid-first season. So Angela said she was upset with Shamia because they had just made amends, aka you was still a little hurt about that nose comment. Girl, Shamia thought Angela hurt her. She said, "Who? She got ears and a nose," and that was the shit. This was fun. This was why we watched the show. Well, I'm gonna see you soon for Gilded.